We all know Connor McDavid is the best player in the world. He proves it time and time again on the ice. But the way he was acting during the Ducks vs. Oilers game last night was honestly just embarrassing. He was the biggest crybaby I've ever seen. The broadcast might not have shown much of it, but being there in person, he literally would complain to the refs after every whistle. I think the best part was that he was frustrated by a bottom pair defenseman and an older player who most likely will be in the SHL next year. The Ducks checked him close for most of the game until 10 minutes to go, and since he is the best player in the world, he still ended the night with 3 assists. But man, I guess I never realized how much of a crybaby he is. And Oilers fans are going to be so pissed at me for saying this, but after watching the Ducks vs. Oilers game last night, the Oilers are not winning anything this year. It took them just about everything to beat the Ducks, who were without Alex Killorn, Pavel Mintyukov, Trevor Zegras, and Mason McTavish, who was a late scratch, even though he was the last one off the ice from our practice live stream the day before. Guess it was that sunburn still. On top of that, the Ducks were coming off their long 9-day break. But the break seemed to do some good for the Ducks. The boys had jump early and pretty much all night long. The Ducks had the better of the play in the first, and they would get rewarded for their efforts with a power play goal, thanks to crybaby McDavid taking a penalty after getting worked over by Vakanainen and Silverberg. It's a Fowler wrister from the blue line. You know how much we love those. It ends up being the Ducks' first defenseman goal on the power play this season. Good screen in front from Rico, who picks up an assist along with Frank. In the second, it was clear McDavid was pissed, and the Oilers would start to come alive a bit. As a little role reversal, that dirtball Perry, who we used to love for these antics, slashes Gibson's stick out of his hands, and Gibby is too focused on the call and never gets set. And Kane makes a perfect shot. And just like that, Perry picks up his first point as an Oiler. Gotta say, Perry was annoying all night long. I think I get the Perry hatred now. But you can still come home, Pears. We'll love you just the same. The Ducks would answer just 30 seconds later as Leo Carlsson would make a no-look touch pass to Ryan Strome, who waits out the card. Glad to see Stromer finally cash in, as he had quite a few chances earlier. Gotta love Leo's post-game quote on this play, loving him more and more. The Oilers would respond again 3 minutes later as Kane uses Bo Gruel as a screen, and it seems to have deflected off of Bo's skate, going 5-hole on Gibby. So it's 2-2 heading into the third, and to start the third, it would be Lucas Dostal in the net for the Ducks because Gibson would leave the game with an upper body injury. Come to find out, Cronin said post-game he had cramps or something. This is the second time this has happened to Gibby this season, and seems like something that shouldn't happen, and the medical staff should figure that out. Gibson was good overall this game though, and Dostal came in and looked great as well. His first save was this beauty. The Ducks would score 3 minutes into the third as Stromer gets another on the power play. The Ducks went 2 for 2 on the power play. What in the Newell Brown is this? Stromer had himself a game. It's almost like he heard Kim call him out in the last video, saying he would never live up to that contract. But then the frustrated McDavid would finally put that frustration to use as he dances through the Ducks defense and makes a perfect pass to Hyman, who just has to tap it in. Hyman did kind of set a pick on Vax though. Then they would score about 90 seconds later on the power play as it was too easy for the Oilers. The Ducks left Draisaitl all alone and McDavid found him. The lack of calls towards the end from the refs ruined a fun game overall. Like, what is this no call? But what's new? It's been like this all year. Kane would get the empty net to pick up the Hattie, and McDavid would pick up another assist, and the Ducks lose 5-3. Frustrating end, but proud of the Ducks' effort. They deserved a better fate. Every line was rolling in this one. Sylph and Vax were putting on a defensive clinic. The Oilers had to try to keep them away from McDavid, and they did towards the end, obviously. Leo Carlsson was also flying this game. Wasn't scared to shoot, and was dangling throughout the night. The Ducks may have been without a lot of players, but they did get one back in Max Jones, who made his return after getting hurt on January 5th. The Ducks now have 3 days off before taking on the Montreal Canadiens on the road Tuesday at 4 p.m. That's just some cruel scheduling by the NHL. We have to wait more days now to watch Ducks hockey again. Maybe there will be a surprise video to keep you covered for those days, but that will do it for this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and go Ducks!
We could have a couple more calls against us too, but yeah, I don't want to get into that too much, but I thought we deserved the win today.